Why did the pilot not flare?
That was an aircraft carrier landing. So I flew the F-18 Hornet for the Navy. The last data that I saw for this aircraft was 1,100 feet per minute rate of descent. So it literally looked like a landing aboard an aircraft carrier.
Landed. Our plane crashed.
I was just in a plane crash. Oh my God. February 17, 2025, a Delta Airlines flight slams into the runway, collapsing its landing gear and flipping upside down in a fiery wreck. The passengers survive, but the question remains. Why did the pilot not flare? Was it a mistake? Was it a training issue? Or is it something more terrifying? In this footage, you'll see the nose, it does not float when it comes into land. It does not flare. And that's the problem. The vertical speed did not drop. So where was the flare? Here's the incident breakdown. 4819 was operated by Endeavour Air doing a normal regional flight. The CRJ 900 was descending for landing on runway 23 at Toronto Pearson. Instead of a smooth touchdown, it came down hard. So hard that the right main landing gear gave way immediately, sending the aircraft into a catastrophic flip. This wasn't just a firm landing, this was an uncontrolled drop onto the runway.
This airplane just crashed at 23. 7105, full off, go around. I've got an emergency going on.
Dr. 187, what can I do for you? It's not happening now. We have a huge emergency on 23. You're not coming out.
Alright, let's talk about the missing flare. What pilots actually do versus what actually happened. For those who are unfamiliar with a flare, this is where the pilots slowly pull back on the controls to lift up the nose, slowing down the airspeed. The CRJ 900 requires a slow but firm flare. Just a few degrees of nose up attitude makes just all the difference. So why did it not happen here? There was just no nose up attitude before landing. That is just alarming. Even in gusty wind conditions, you should at least see some flare. This is just straight in, uncontrolled impact. Let's have a look at the factors that could have caused the non-existent flare. This flight was already battling a strong crosswind, and it was combined with reduced visibility and blowing snow. Could this have distracted the pilot from executing the flare? The second thing could also just be pilot experience. Was the first officer overwhelmed with all these conditions?
Obviously on an airliner, once you get close to the runway, you pull the nose back a little bit, you reduce the power to do a nice soft landing. They did not flare at all. This was just a constant angle of attack to touchdown. And you can see what immediately happens. A little bit of a right wing down, and they slam onto the runway. The right main landing gear shears off.
So could this have been avoided? A recent retired pilot quoted, "I guarantee that if the nose was pitched up 2 or 3 degrees more during touchdown, this accident would not have happened." This crash could have ended really badly for everyone involved, but luckily everyone survived. What do you think caused this? Pilot inexperience or the weather? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe, like the video. I'll see you on the next chapter.